Welcome back to Grow Your Damn Podcast, where we dive deep into the art and science of podcasting. I'm your host, Mitch McGarry, and today we're going to talk about one of the most crucial steps in creating a successful podcast, which is identifying and defining your niche or niche. I'm going to say niche. That's how I say it. That's how I pronounce it. So we're going to go into a 5-step process on understanding, finding, and capitalizing on your niche. Starting a podcast can be very exciting, very adventurous, but with over 2 million podcasts out there, standing out can be challenging, which is why finding your niche is very important. A well-defined niche can help you attract a dedicated audience, and it provides clear direction for your content. So let's go into how to define your podcast niche, and we will break it down into 5 very simple steps. Before we get into the steps, I want to talk about understanding the concept of a niche. So let's clarify what that is. In the context of podcasting, a niche is a specific focused area of interest that appeals to a particular audience. It's not just a broad category like sports or maybe technology or music, but rather something more specific like fantasy football for beginners or emerging tech trends in healthcare. So finding a niche means narrowing down your topic to something more specialized where you can establish yourself as an expert or a unique voice in that particular field. And this specifically helps attract a dedicated audience who are passionate about that subject. All right, so let's get into the steps of how to identify your niche. Number 1 would be to assess your interests and passions. So start with what you love. Podcasting can take time and effort, and so you need to be passionate about your topic. You need to have some level of expertise, and you need to be offering some level of value to your audience. Make a list of subjects you're passionate about. I like to think about them as what's something I can talk about for hours at a time. Your enthusiasm will keep you motivated and resonate with your audience. So keep that in mind. And step 2 is going to be to identify your strengths and expertise. So you figured out what you're passionate about. Now we need to look at what are you knowledgeable about, or what is your expertise within that topic. So what do people come to you for advice on? Your unique skills and experiences can set your podcast apart and provide value to those listeners. All right, step number 3 is research your audience. And there's a number of ways you can do this. A lot of times you can find very detailed information through your distribution service that you use for your podcast. But understanding your potential audience is very crucial. Who are they? What are their interests, challenges, and needs? Use tools like social media, so Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, forums, and you can do surveys through your podcast, through your distribution services or social media to gather more insights as well. The more you know about your audience, the better you can tailor your content to meet their expectations. All right, let's look at step 4, which is analyzing the competition. So look what is already out there. A lot of times when you think of a podcast idea, there may tend to be multiple other podcasts, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of other podcasts in that general field. So look at what's already out there, analyze those podcasts that are in your potential niche. What are they doing well? What gaps can you fill? Understanding your competition can help you find ways to differentiate your podcast and stand out above the rest. Let's get to the final step, which is step 5, which is test and refine your ideas. Don't be afraid to test your ideas. It's okay to experiment. You can start with a few episodes that are on different subtopics within the broader interest area. and pay attention to the feedback and engagement from your audience. This can help you refine your focus and then settle on a niche that resonates best with your listeners. So we're going to talk more about honing in on your niche next time. This will be a two-part podcast. So tune in next time. Remember, you can find me on growyourdamnpodcast.com if you need help with production, social media management, any of that kind of stuff as it pertains to your podcast. Reach out anytime, fill out the form. You can schedule a free consultation, whatever it is that can help you get to the next step. I'm here to help. Again, it's Mitch McGarry with Grow Your Damn Podcast. Have a good day.